Okay. Welcome dear students. So here in the last classes we have gone through the various transformations, that is the translation, rotation and scaling. So here you are briefing everything. So first, if we consider the translation of a point, so there we can represent in a row matrix, in a column matrix or in a row matrix. If we are representing it as a column matrix, the translation matrix is added to the initial point. So please remember, here we are adding the translation vector to the initial point. So here, if you remember the matrix algebra here, so this is A matrix, this is B matrix. So this can be represented as A plus B or B plus A. So you can represent A plus B or B plus A, provided A and B are identical matrices. So we can represent the points in the form of a row matrix or a column matrix, either in the form of A plus B or in the form of B plus A. The result is same. So here the translation vector has to be added to the previous point, the initial point. Then we are getting the translated point as summation of these two matrices. So that means we can write it in the form of A plus B or in the form of B plus A. The answer we are going to get is same. But whereas in case of rotation, so you can represent the same thing in column matrix also. In row matrix again. So this is A and this is B. You can write it in the form of A plus B or in the form of B plus A. The result is same. But whereas in case of rotation, please remember, in rotation we have in arithmetic, that is multiplication of the two matrices. That is, the transformation matrix is cos theta minus sin theta cos theta, if it is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, and we represent that given point is in a column vector. Then we have to write the transformation matrix first, then the given point. Or if you want to represent the point in a row matrix, then you have to write the initial row matrix first, then you have to write the transformation matrix. Because if you observe here, these two are equal, so we can apply the multiplication between these two matrices, and the resultant matrix will be 2, 1. That is 2 rows, 1 column. That is nothing but, again, the resultant will be a column matrix. So observe here, it is represented in row matrix, that is x comma y is equal to the initial point x comma y, that is represented in row matrix, multiplied by the transformation matrix. Here it is cos theta sin theta minus sin theta. Just observe here, when you interchange the positions, the minus sign comes here instead of this. So here you apply the multiplication rule. 2 2 are equal, that is, it is a 1 row 2 column. This is 2 cross 2. So these two are equal, and the resultant matrix will be 1 row 2 columns. So 1 row 2 columns. And I think you remember that A into B is not equal to B into A in matrix multiplication. So here this sign changes to make it equal. So this is the case of rotation. You can represent the point in the form of column matrix or in the form of a row matrix. If you follow the column matrix, the rotation matrix has to be written first. If you follow the row matrix, the given point has to be written first. Then comes the rotation matrix. And here the minus sign should come to the first column, second row. Here, if it is written in the first term as a first term, then the minus sign comes in the first row, second column. And remember here, for the rotation, we are using multiplication. For translation, we have addition. For rotation, we have multiplication. And again for scaling, if you observe, again this can be represented in two different forms. One is in a column matrix or in a row matrix. If you represent in a column matrix, the translation matrix has to be written first. If you represent in a row matrix, the translation, that is a scaling matrix, that is transformation matrix, should be written at the second. So here also, if you observe, these two are equal, so multiplicative rule applies here, and the resultant matrix will be 2 cross 1. And here, so one row, 2 columns, so 2 and 2 are equal. You can multiply these two matrices and the resultant will be 1 row, 2 columns, that is in the same form. So here the scaling matrix, the transformation matrix is represented as Sx, Sy, and remember here also we are doing the multiplication. That means for translation we are adding, for rotation we are multiplicating, again for scaling we go for multiplication of the matrices, and you can represent that in row wise or in the column wise. So this will lead to lot of confusions. So what we will do is, we generalize that, we form a homogeneous method. That means whether it is a translation, rotation or scaling, we go for multiplication of the matrices only. Then the given point is always represented as a column matrix. So usually we write only the coordinate values. In homogeneous we add one dummy element as 1, because we want to take the homogeneous transformation matrix as 3 cross 3 to match with that one. So we are adding one more dummy row as 1, and this is the given point. Let us call it as P, X, Y and 1. So this is a point. If it is a line, then x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1. So this is for point, this is for line. Then if you go for a triangle, then you will get x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1, x3, y3, 1. So this represents a triangle with 3 vertices of the triangle as x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3. Same way, if you go further for a rectangle or a square, so it can be represented as x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1, x3, y3, 1, x4, y4 and 1. So you can represent in this manner, whether it is a point, a line, triangle or a square or rectangle. So here we are adding one dummy element to make it as homogeneous. And regarding to the transformations, the transformation matrix in homogeneous is represented as T is equal to 1, 0, Tx, 0, 1, Ty, 0, 0, 1. The third row is a dummy one. So here the transformation matrix is represented as 3 cross 3 matrix. In the earlier it was only a column matrix of Tx and Ty, or it is in a row matrix of T and Y. So that is added to the initial point. Now what we are doing is, we are representing it in homogeneous form where the matrix is represented in 3 cross 3 form. So for that we are going to add one dummy row here. Now, even for the translation also, we are going for the multiplication of the matrix. That is the transformation matrix first, then the point P. So please remember here, in homogeneous transformations, the final point P dash after the transformations is obtained by multiplying the given point by the translation matrix, which has to be written left side of the given. So this is most important in case of homogeneous transformations. So this is the general form you have to remember. So this is the initial point. Before that you have to write it the transformation matrix. So this transformation matrix can be a translation, rotation, or a scaling. So this represents the homogeneous representation of translation. For rotation, the matrix is cos theta minus sin theta 0. Then sin theta cos theta 0. 0, 0, 1. And remember, this is for anti-clockwise direction when the point is rotated about an origin by an angle theta. And the homogeneous transformation matrix is R is equal to cos theta minus sin theta cos theta. This is the initial one, original one. When it is transferred to the homogeneous coordinate system, then one extra row will come and one extra column will come, such that this can be represented in a square matrix of 3, 3. So we are dealing with only 2D transformations, so we will get 3 cross 3 matrix. If we go for 3D transformations, you will be getting the transformation matrix as 4 cross 4. So here we are limiting to only 2D. So this is the rotation matrix for in homogeneous transformations, that is cos theta minus sin theta 0, sin theta cos theta 0, 0, 0, 1. And again in the general form, you can write it as P dash is equal to rotation matrix R multiplied by the initial point P. If it is a point, follow this point, that is 3, 1. If it is a line, 3, 2. If it is a triangle, 3, 3. If it is a rectangle, 3, 4. That is 3 by 4. And all the transformation matrix has to be multiplied to the initial point. So this is the general point. Again, for scaling, the scaling transformation matrix in homogeneous coordinate system is represented as Sx 0, 0, 0, Sy 0, 0, 0, 1. So this is the representation of the transformation matrix for scaling in homogeneous, and again here it is 3 cross 3. And again the general form is P dash is equal to the transformation matrix S multiplied by the given point P. And again this P can be a point or a line or a triangle or a rectangle. So here in homogeneous, to have an homogeneous representations, we are representing the transformation matrices in the form of a square matrix of an order of 3 cross 3. And you have to remember this transformation matrix for translation, and this for rotation, and this for scaling. So using these homogeneous representations, we are going for concatenation of operations. That means two or more operations is performed on a single point. For example, if you consider a point P located at 1, 1. On this point, we are performing so many operations in sequence. The first operation may be a scaling. Then the second operation may be a translation. Then the third operation may be a rotation operation. And we have to follow these steps in sequence. That means for a given point P, it has to undergo first scaling. After scaling, the resultant matrix has to undergo translation. Then after the translation, it has to go for rotation. That means for the given point, it has to be multiplied thrice, 1 by 1, 1 by 1, 1 by 1. But in concatenation of operations, what we do, we combine all the operations. For example, the scaling is represented as S matrix, the scaling matrix S, and the translation matrix is represented as T matrix. Then the rotation matrix is represented as R matrix. In sequence, please remember, in doing concatenation of operations, if given point is P dash, that is P, and the final point after these three operations in sequence, the P dash is obtained as, please remember this step very careful. So for the initial point, that is P, we have to do the first operation scaling, that has to be previous to this P, that is, then the second operation translation T, then the third operation rotation. So this is the generalized form for concatenation of operations where we combine different transformations, and to do this, all these transformations are represented in homogeneous transformation because all the operations are converted into multiplication of the matrices. For that purpose, all the matrices we are going to represent in homogeneous form, that is in 3 cross 3. So now we can go for multiplication of these two first, then this one, or you do multiplication of these two plus and multiply with this one, that is in matrix associative property holds good. If you remember that, you can check that one. So this is a generalized one, and you have to remember this is the first operation, this is the second operation, and this is the third operation. What you have to do is, first you get the multiplication of these three matrices and you get the final concatenated matrix, combined matrix. For the combined matrix, you multiply it by the P, the given matrix, then you will get the final position of P dash. Whether it is a line or a point or a triangle or a rectangle, whatever it may be, we go for the concatenation procedure here. That is, it is a combined matrix we have to get. So that is nothing but multiplication of these three. So this is just an example. To take in another example on this one, so there is a one point you can consider here in the graph. So there is a point here at a location, say 4, 3. Now this 4, 3, this point has to be rotated about a given point 1, 1. This is the situation now. So this you can find the application of homogeneous transformations and the concatenation of operations in this particular problem. And this is the O, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, and we have 2 points. One is located at 4, 3 and the another is located at 1, 1. The problem situation is like this. We have to rotate the point 4, 3 about the 1, 1 point. but we have the equation for rotation is about the origin, not about an arbitrary point. So here we need to rotate the point 4, 3 about an arbitrary point, that is 1, 1. Then how to solve this problem? We have a translation matrix, that is a rotation matrix for rotating from the center, right? So here to rotate this point around this point, what we have to do? Yes, first we need to translate this point, that means this given point, to the origin. That means, so take this reference point to the origin. That means we have to translate this point by a value -1, -1. So this is the translation we have to perform first on this point. So the translation position is, so now this is, our aim is to rotate about this point. Now what we have to do is shift this point to the origin along with this point. That means we are shifting this to the origin. That means we have to do translation on 4, 3 by -1, -1, such that this point is shifted to the location. So this is the translation matrix, that is Tx equal to -1, Ty is equal to -1. So that is the first operation is, we have to represent that in a homogeneous transformation T matrix as 1, 0, -1, 0, 1, -1, 0, 0, 1. This is the matrix, homogeneous matrix representation for first operation. Then we have to translate to the 1, 1. Then the second operation is rotate about a origin, because now it is already taken as the reference as origin. Now you rotate. What is the rotation angle? Say consider around 30 degrees. So now we have the equation for 30-degree rotation. In homogeneous transformation, the rotation matrix is represented as R is equal to cos 30 degree minus sin 30 degree 0, then sin 30 degree cos 30 degree 0, 0, 0, 1. So this is the transformation matrix for rotation. That is second operation. We have to rotate by 30 degrees. After this, the point has to be shifted back to the 1, 1 location. That means we have to do the translation to the 1, 1. Again, Tx becomes 1, Ty becomes 1. For the transformation, so you can call this as first operation, second operation, and the third operation. So here we need to do again the translation. The translation matrix is represented again in 3 cross 3 matrix as 1, 0, Tx is 1, 0, 1, Ty is 1, 0, 0, 1. So this is the transformation matrix. Now the final answer for this problem is P dash is equal to the initial point. What is the first operation? Translation by -1, -1. That is T1 operation. Then the rotation. That is second operation, R2. Then the third, the translation by 1 by 1. That is again is a translation vector, that is T3 in homogeneous form. So this gives you the final answer when you rotate a point about an arbitrary point by an angle 30 degrees. So this is the procedure to solve these kind of multiple operations on a single point. So you have to determine the sequence to rotate about this or given point 1, 1. We have to make this point first -1 direction in x and -y in y. Then you rotate by 30 degrees. Then you translate one direction in x and one direction in y, and this gives the final point p dash as the resultant of this vector. Now you have to do the multiplication of these three factors first, matrices first, then you multiply with this the given point, then it will give the final answer in the form of x dash y dash 1, because it is a point, so p dash will be this one. If you represent that in an ordered pair, then the final point after these three transformations, it will be x dash y dash. That means we have rotated the given point 4, 3 about an arbitrary point 1, 1 by an angle 30 degrees in clockwise direction, because we have considered a minus sign here, that is for clockwise, anti-clockwise direction. So this completes your concatenation of operations. Thank you. Like it, comment it, share it.